Have you ever heard of the longest squid in the world? I'm talking about the giant squid. These things can grow up to 45 feet long. To put that in perspective, that's longer than a school bus. It's an absolute monster of the deep. But here's the catch. While it's the longest, it's not the biggest. Because evolution had other plans, and those plans are pretty wild. Meet the colossal squid. Now, this one is a bit shorter than the giant squid, but it's twice as heavy. It's built like an underwater tank, but the real twist here isn't just their size difference. It's that they aren't even related. They're from a different genus, a different family entirely. This means they evolved to be gigantic, completely separately from each other. Two different monsters, living in two different oceans, and they've probably never met. They might not even know the other one exists. So how on earth did this happen? How did nature produce two completely separate lines of gigantic squid? The answer is a fascinating concept called Convergent Evolution. This is when nature comes up with the same design twice, independently, simply because it's a design that works really well. Both the giant squid and the colossal squid evolved to be massive, but they did it for different reasons, in different environments, leading to two very different titans of the deep. Let's break down how their environments shaped them into the beasts they are today. First, the giant squid. It lives in temperate oceans all around the world. It got so huge through a process called deep-sea gigantism, where deep-sea animals often grow larger than their shallow water relatives. The giant squid is long, sleek, and built for speed. A classic ambush predator. Its long tentacles are lined with suction cups, but these aren't just simple suckers. They're ringed with sharp, serrated teeth, giving them a vice-like grip. It hunts fast-moving fish, and even other squids. Using jet propulsion, it can blast through the water at speeds up to 25 miles per hour. It's the torpedo of the deep. Now, let's head to the other side of the world and meet the colossal squid. This one lives in the freezing, dark depths of the Antarctic Ocean. It achieved its massive size through a different process called polar gigantism, where cold water species tend to be larger. Unlike its long and speedy cousin, the colossal squid is thick, heavy, and slow. It's a predator, built for endurance, not a chase. Instead of suction cups with teeth, its tentacles are armed with something even more terrifying. Sharp, swiveling hooks. Imagine being grabbed by dozens of rotating meat hooks. It patiently waits in the crushing darkness for something to swim by. And then it strikes. Its top speed is only about 12 miles per hour, but it doesn't need to be fast. Once those hooks sink in, the fight is already over. Despite their different hunting styles and body shapes, they both evolved a common, deadly weapon. The beak, buried deep within their soft bodies, is a beak made of the same material as insect exoskeletons, and it's harder than bone. It looks and functions just like a parrot's beak, capable of slicing through flesh and bone with incredible force. And if that wasn't scary enough, right behind the beak is a tongue-like organ called a radula, which is covered in rows of backward-facing teeth. Once a victim is pulled into the beak, the radula shreds it to pieces. It's a gruesome and incredibly effective feeding machine that evolution designed not once, but twice. So these two titans of the abyss will never cross paths. They live a world apart, but there is one creature that knows them both intimately. The sperm whale. This is the only predator large enough and bold enough to hunt both the giant and colossal squid. The sperm whale dives thousands of feet into the pitch-black abyss, sometimes holding its breath for over an hour. It navigates this dark world using powerful echolocation, sending out clicks and listening for the echoes that bounce off its enormous prey. The evidence of these epic battles is written all over the whale's body. The heads and faces of sperm whales are often covered in scars. Some are perfectly circular marks left by the toothed suction cups of giant squids. Others are long, deep gashes carved by the rotating hooks of colossal squids. Scientists can literally read the story of a whale's life by the scars it carries, and the evidence doesn't stop there. Inside the stomachs of sperm whales, scientists find the one part of the squid that doesn't get digested. They're hard, chitinous beaks. By collecting and analyzing these beaks, we've learned an incredible amount about the size, population, and distribution of these elusive deep-sea giants. What we're witnessing here is a classic evolutionary arms race. For millions of years, this battle has been raging in the deep ocean. The squids get bigger, faster, and deadlier with more effective weapons. In response, the whales evolve to dive deeper, hold their breath longer, and hunt with more sophisticated techniques. Nature is constantly pushing both predator and prey to their absolute limits. It's a relentless cycle of adaptation and counter-adaptation, a high-stakes competition where survival is the only prize. This arms race has sculpted these creatures into the incredible animals they are today, perfectly tuned for their roles in the deep-sea ecosystem. This brings up a fascinating thought experiment. We have two giant squids that evolved independently. So, what would it take for nature to create a third one? Could it happen again? Theoretically, yes. The recipe is already there. You would just need to take a regular squid, throw it into a deep, cold, high-pressure ocean environment that's rich with food but also has predators to keep the pressure on. Then, you just have to wait. Give it a few million years of evolutionary time, let natural selection do its thing, and you might just end up with a brand new species of giant squid. Maybe we'd call it the immensely large squid. Okay, not the most creative name, but evolution doesn't really care about names. It only cares about one thing: building what works. And when it comes to the deep ocean, building a giant, formidable predator clearly works very, very well. Thanks for diving into the deep with me today. If you found this as fascinating as I did, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more explorations into the wonders of our planet. See you next time.